Hello, everybody. Welcome to week 3 of About That podcast. Thanks for joining us. Again, as always, I got my co-host Cruz here. We're first going to break down. First, we're going to break down a little recap of last week's scores and some highlights. So, Cruz, what do we got?
Yeah, so we'll do this really quickly because the idea is to not be here too long for this. Okay, first game, we have Hialeah Mafia beating the Lucha Maniacs 155 to
Wow.
136. Then you have the Brewery beating Mata Italia 156 to 98. The Funsies and Tin Casa, the closest game of the week, 92 to 92.7. That goes
That's a
for
close one.
Casa. Tard Nation beats Canadian Tiger 123 to 108. Brady Sponge goes to 2-0 with 118 versus above average Dickas at 115. And then the highest score of the week goes to Haitian Killet with 163, beating the Sharks by 121.
I got to say, go ahead. Me real quick, jump in here. I
Yeah,
really enjoyed that game with the Funsies and Casal. It's finally nice to see Casal get on the board in the W column, and that .7's got to hurt Stacy a little bit.
definitely. Um, so the rankings that puts Brady's Bunch and Tarnation tie at the moment, both of them with 2 wins. Brady's Bunch it is the number one at the moment in the standings. Then, like I said, Tarnation, you have on third place Haitian Killer, Sharks, Brewery, Hialeah Mafia, Mata Italia, Canadian Tiger, Fancies, and Casa, all of them with 1 win and 1 loss each. Then at the bottom, you have the Lucha Maniacs with 0-2, and same for average dead cuts.
Are you
And
planning on staying down there, Cruz?
hopefully for not too long. Now, the rankings, when it comes to the rankings, you see here the Brewery, it's at a 100% score. And again, these are rankings that we get from Fantasy
Sounds
Pro,
about
so I
right.
don't know what's going on there. You have
Sounds about
above average
right.
tickets at 96 with 0-2 right there. Then Haitian Killer, Metropolis Sharks, the Fancies, number 5. Then
Are you trying to
Tornation,
put
number
that on the
6.
screen?
Yes. Um, then Hialeah Mafia, Mata Italia, Canadian Tigers, Brady's Bunch, Lucha Maniacs, and Team Casa. So, Commissioner, we can now discuss a little bit of what happened this week. Like you were saying, Fancies and Castle, that was very, very
Yeah,
close.
that was definitely a good matchup here. And as I kind of bring up some of the stats, I think he got lucky that Aaron Rodgers decided to throw 3 of his 4 touchdowns to my running back, who I did not need this week, but he went ahead and got me 38 points anyway. So it's nice to see. Hopefully, I can build on that momentum a little bit. He did get the big donut from his kicker, so he got lucky to escape with the win. I think the player of the week, I'm going to have to give it to Derrick Henry. He had, I think, over 120 yards rushing in the second half and 3 touchdowns, which really propelled Ricardo there to his win because, the Sharks put up a respectable number, 121. Much like yourself, you had the 136. You just happened to go up against Mr. Jesse, put the
Yeah, it's
155
interesting.
on you.
Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, it's interesting when you talk about Castle. I didn't realize that he didn't have his kicker score any points. So Castle actually won without his number one pick because he didn't start Saquon Barkley,
Saquon.
and technically with his kicker not even playing because he got 0. So that's actually a very impressive win if you think about it.
Again, that's matchups. He
Yeah.
was the second lowest scoring team of the week and still won. So
Yeah, so he
it
played
just goes
the
to show you
lowest
never know.
scoring week, which is
You never.
Fancies.
Absolutely.
And you're right. I mean, Derrick
It,
Henry, it's like a monster beast.
yeah. So let me ask you: is there any concerns, Cruz, on your team a little bit, particularly Elliott? He's supposed to be the main guy, but Tony Pollard ripped off 21 big points on him. Seems to be in the offense quite a bit. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think he's gonna. I don't think Elliott is gonna be the Elliott of that we know that we want him to be, like that top 3 running back. But I think he has more than this. I think they're kind of easing him into the game again. So hopefully he'll get more points because I will need that from him because I cannot rely on Tyler Lockett always being incredible.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, listen, this is a good time to take a quick break, and we're going to have a little uh, sponsor ad here from Dicka's Donuts. So let's hear it.
Enjoy.
Oh, hello. Welcome to Dicka's Donuts, where it's always below average quality, above average prices. Let me show you a few of our most popular donuts. Look at these beauties. This one we call the Funsies. It's tasty, but it's someone else's recipe. This one here is called the Mata Italia. It's just for the ladies. This one's called the Lucho. It's been on the menu for about 10 years, but it's never made the display case. And this one we call the Killa Donut. It's won an award here and there, but honestly, its best days are behind it. And this one's called the Brady. Stays fresh for 45 years. And this one right here is called the Mafia. We got a special going on right now where you can trade this donut for any lesser donut, and we'll do it every single time. A lot of people think we're stupid, but not here at Ditka's. But what we're really known for here at Dicka's Donuts is our Long Johns. Other donut shops give you a measly 3-inch Long John, but here at Dicka's Donuts, we give you an above average, juicy, plump, 6.2-inch Long John, unless it's cold outside. But don't take my word for it. Let's hear it direct from our customers.
So above average.
Well, you heard it here first, so come on down to Dicka's Donuts, where it's always below average quality, above average prices. Well, sounds like another fresh batch is ready. Gotta run.
All right, everyone. As you can see, welcome in Andrew Duckett here, the owner of Above Average Dicka's and the Dicka's Donuts that we just heard the sponsor of. So thanks for joining us. Thanks for being a sponsor of the show. How you doing today?
Pleasure to be here, boys. Thanks for having me.
Oh, that sounds great. That sounds great. Well, listen, we wanted to jump right in, actually. How did you actually join the league? How did you get involved?
I was referred by you. That's kind of a stupid question. You told me about it. So maybe you could just do your research before you interview, top-notch owners like myself. I don't have a lot of time. I'm a busy man, as you can probably imagine. So just a little research ahead of time would be great.
That sounds fantastic. Thanks for letting me know that. I don't usually remember people that I led in the league. I should have researched you with the 0-2 loss. I figure I get some heavy hitters, but I got you instead.
I thought this was going to be a fair, straight up, objective interview, but we're taking digs. Got it.
Yeah. Well, that's fine. That's fine.
This is the gotcha journalism.
Yeah. This is big. Yeah.
So I have a question actually. So how have you played fantasy football before, or is this your first time?
I had played before in one league prior to this one.
And what happened there then?
I couldn't even tell you. I didn't win. I know that.
Oh, okay.
So I'm par for the course here. I'm continuing my streak.
Great. Now let me ask one more here. A couple of Woodjix questions. Would you rather get $800 right now or win the fantasy league?
And because the top prize, remind me, the top prize of the fantasy league is what, 6?
No, it's around 425 plus a trophy and bragging rights.
Oh, 800 now. Walk away. Yep. No question. Is that an option?
It is not. No, it's just a would you rather question.
Well, you could give us a
but it's nice.
$1,000
It's
right
nice
now.
when you're really in it.
You could give us $1,000 right now, and we'll give you, the.
Yeah, you give me 800, you'll never see me again. So if you want to do that right now, go for it.
All right, so Cruz, you can ask the last question for our guest here.
So the last question that we have is, can you tell us an embarrassing story about our commissioner? Because for the people who don't know, Andy is actually Neil's childhood friend. Like they spend their childhood together, so they know each other very well. So any cool story or embarrassing story that you want to tell about our commission, go ahead and throw him under the bus. If he kills somebody, this is the time to just tell the audience.
No. He's killed plenty of people. I'm trying to think of something good. Help me, Neil, man. I'm on the spot now. Embarrassing stories about Neil growing up.
I mean, it could be the time I jumped out in the median. There's
Yeah, yeah.
Getting kicked out of many
Yeah.
establishments.
Yeah, I don't know if it's
Not
one
making the
story, but
playoffs
that's probably
last
a
year.
good.
That's kind of embarrassing.
That's probably a good theme to Neil growing up in our drinking days, young Wildcat days back in the early 20s. Neil had a real proclivity of getting tossed out of various bars and respectable type restaurants.
Give a number,
and
though.
we could
You
never
make it sound
figure
really
out.
high.
Well, we could never figure out why he got thrown out. All I know is we'd be sitting in a group, and then all of a sudden, someone, hey, Neil's sitting out on the curb there, like, and like, what? And then I'd go out there, and sure enough, he's on the curb. Like, what happened? And he's like, I don't know. He's wasted. I don't know. And I'd talk to the bouncers, will be hanging around, like, what do you do? And like, all sorts of different stories. Like, he tried to pour himself his own beer one time from the tap, lean over the bar, and serve himself,
I
which
remember that though. Yeah.
is illegal. And
Well, I guess it's a little bit fitting with his name, right? His team name, the brewery. So
right. He likes a good beer, indulges a bit too much back in the day, but we got him under control now.
So I mean, since
Thank
we have
for
you
keeping
here,
it
and
light, not going with the deep stories. Thanks, man.
yeah, and since we have you here, and you were kind enough to do an interview for us, is there anything that you wanna tell the league? You wanna threaten anybody? You wanna
anyone?
Yeah.
No, but I'll bring not another threat, but I'll just get your guys' opinion on this. I was sent let's talk some trade rumors. Was sent a trade request today from Mr. Tarnation, and just get your guys' take. Yeah, get your guys' take on this. This came through the wire here, early this afternoon. But the trade proposal is one of my starting running backs, Mixon. Would be traded to Tarnation, and he's giving up Swift out of Detroit, and who else did he have? Madison, Minnesota, 2 running backs for it's his Swift is his starting running back, but so your guys' take on this proposal?
Well, first of all, let me hear what was your initial thought on that? Is it a quick decline or? Hell no.
I haven't answered him yet, but you guys well, one of us here is a winning is a winning owner. So I'd like to hear you guys' hot take on it. And you guys do a lot of research.
I will say Q's actually, before we get into this, Q's actually very lucky that I spoke to Andy this week, because I encouraged him to sit Sutton on the bench. So
yes,
that's why you won, Q, and Andy lost. So I'll take a little blame on that one.
Yeah, I did. I lost by 3, but yeah,
Well, I mean, my advice for trading is, since you are in the group chat, you can privately reply to anybody of the owners. So I would suggest you find Jesse and you ask him about the trade. He always has good idea about trades.
Yeah.
Good.
Don't you have a donut, right? The Mafia donut that was.
Yes, I specialize in a donut specifically named after that, and it's a pretty good deal. You can basically trade it for anything. I mean, it's really, there's no questions asked. So it's a great deal. So yeah, be sure to check out our website, dickasdonuts.com. Or no, sorry, it's .edu. It's an educational site.
Yeah, I did the .com. It's not really a site you want to be.
Yeah. Just quick plug. Quick plug before I go.
Well, it's a fantasy show.
Awesome. Well, I think that's it for this week, right, Commissioner, or anything else?
I think so. Let's everybody good luck next week, and have a great week.
See ya. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Andy.
Take care. Bye-bye.